When I come home from university, of course, I felt that I had a duty to help those that weren't as lucky as I was. And the first thing I did was I wasn't getting involved in politics, because the politics of those days was what was basically flag waving, and I felt that I'd always felt politics should be about the living standards of people. But when I came home, I wasn't interested in politics in those days, but I was interested in helping people. And I got involved in the foundation of the credit union movement. And of all the things I've been doing, it's the thing I'm proudest of, because no movement has done more good for the people of Ireland, North and South, than the credit union movement. Before the arrival of the credit union, people who were from a poor background or a working class background, who couldn't borrow from banks, banks wouldn't have them. When they needed to borrow money for rearing their children and for furniture, etc., for normal things, then the methodology in those days was either from loan sharks or from pawn shops. And of course that meant that people were made poor by all of that, particularly by the charge of loan sharks. So what the credit union movement did, of course, was not only help the ordinary people to have the true value of whatever their income was, but it helped local businesses, small business as well, because the money that would have left your city in loan charges remained and were spent. And therefore, I mean, when we started the credit union in those early days, the first few meetings was few people joined, but very soon it spread rapidly. And today that credit union, which I was involved in starting in 1960, has 22,000 members and has something over £40 million in savings of the people. And of course, all over Ireland today, there's 2.2 million members in credit union in a population of 5 million. And I'm very proud that I was president of the Credit Union League of Ireland, of the whole of Ireland, when I was 27 years old. What I got involved in was founding a housing association to build our own houses in the same manner as the credit union. But in the first year or so, we housed about 100 families. Then I put in a plan to build 700 houses, and the local politicians wouldn't give us planning permission because it would upset the voting balance in their gerrymandered system. And that led me straight into politics. It led me straight into the civil rights movement. And of course, in the 1960s, civil rights was very much in the international news because of the leadership of Martin Luther King in the United States. And that had a very major influence on people like myself. And we got involved in the civil rights movement, seeking equality of treatment for all sections of our people. And of course, my involvement in the civil rights movement led me straight into politics.